Rescuers comb through the smouldering ruins of the Crocus City Concert Hall, searching for victims. Outside, an outpouring of grief for one of the worst attacks on Russian soil in decades. A massacre claimed by the Islamic State, denied by Vladimir Putin. In a national address, he announced the arrest of 11 suspects, including the 4 gunmen, and then, without evidence, linked the attackers to Ukraine. They tried to hide and were moving towards Ukraine, where, according to preliminary data, a passage was prepared for them. Russian state TV purporting to show an area near the Ukrainian border where the gunmen were captured. ISIS reiterated their responsibility today, releasing video it says was shot by one of the gunmen.
As the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken made his visit to Israel, his latest visit, the Israeli government announced that it was declaring state land 800 hectares, that's nearly 2,000 acres of land in the occupied West Bank, in the north of the Jordan Valley, near the illegal Israeli settlement in the North Jordan Valley. So they're declaring that state land. What does that mean? It means that it can be sold to Israeli settlers. It can't be claimed as Palestinian private land anymore. And
U.S. Congress has approved military aid totaling around 210 million euros for the 3 Baltic states. The funds will be used to develop air defense, maritime situational awareness, and land forces in Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. The Estonian Minister of Defense announced the aid on Saturday. Hanno Pevkur said in a statement that the support is slightly higher than last year, adding that this is a clear sign that the U.S., NATO's biggest ally, is committed to security and stability in the region.
China's Coast Guard fired water cannons at Philippine ships in disputed waters of the South China Sea on Saturday, actions the Philippines called irresponsible and provocative. Video released by the Philippines shows a civilian supply vessel being doused by water cannons, which the country's task force on the South China Sea said caused significant damage and injury to personnel on the boat. The civilian vessel was hired to resupply a small number of Filipino troops stationed on a grounded ship the Philippines uses to reinforce its sovereignty claims.
Nearly 300 students and staff abducted by gunmen from a school in northern Nigeria this month have been released unharmed, the office of the governor of the state of Kaduna confirmed on Sunday. The release comes days before a deadline to pay a $690,000 ransom.